my privilege to introduce our valedictorian for this year. She's an exceptional student, driven, motivated, dedicated, spiritually, intellectually, athletically, leadership, and service. And so this student has participated in Honor Roll, National Honor Society, Student Council. She was also recognized by the College Board National Hispanic Recognition Program, participated in basketball. She's our senior class representative for the GECU Junior Board of Directors. She participates in Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy. She's been here 3 years at our school. She will be attending UT Austin this fall, and she's an awesome role model for her peers and all of us. Our valedictorian for the class of 2023, Miss Mia Dominguez.
To start, I would like to say that it is not only an honor, but a privilege to be standing before you all today. And I would like to thank everyone in attendance for coming to the class of 2023's commencement ceremony. I would like to acknowledge the faculty, staff, and administrators here at ICS for supporting us throughout our journey and doing their best to teach us valuable lessons along the way. I would also like to acknowledge the individuals who aided me in my personal journey and shaped me to be the person that I am today. I would like to thank the teachers that opened my eyes to a new understanding of the world, and to those that may not have been the best in their subject, but they showed how much they cared for their classes in their own ways. To my supportive friends who have watched me growing up since freshman year, and to the new ones I made here during my time at ICS. To my brother, who has been my best friend since we were children, we went through many rough times together, but we always had each other's back. Like the time you crashed your car right outside of our house and we tried to hide it from our parents. The truth eventually came out, but I had your back then, and I know you have mine too. My dad, who I may disagree with from time to time, but still saw the best in me even though I could not see it. You always knew that I could do more and pushed me to reach higher than I ever thought I could imagine. And to my mom, the greatest teacher I could have ever known. You molded me into the person that I am today and was always there for me whenever I needed you. And I know as I enter this new chapter in my life, you will still be there for me. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge the graduating class of 2023 and the memories that we made together. With all that said, wow, we're finally here. I know that many of us, myself included, were counting down the days till graduation since junior year. And it's hard to believe that we're already here. I wouldn't be the first to say that high school wasn't the easiest years of my life, but those hard times taught me some of the greatest lessons I could have ever learned. There were a lot of things out of my control that became obstacles I had to overcome, like work, the pandemic, and even people. They came running at me like a brick. Anything new can seem frightening or jarring, but eventually you learn to adapt, and I did. That's why I'm standing here now before you all. The hardest part wasn't adapting, but was change. We all can learn and adapt to something new, but when something you become used to suddenly changes, it gets difficult. Change happens in everything, in your environment, in yourself, and in others. You learn that maybe you won't go to the school you originally intended, or that the people you were once close with become strangers by the end of the senior year. I know that if you ask many of us our freshman year if we thought we'd be graduating here at ICS, many of us would say we couldn't think that. We didn't know what was going to be ahead of us, and we still don't know what's going to be ahead of us now. Change is the hardest lesson that could have ever been taught to me. There's something that my mother always tells me when things don't go the way they were originally planned. God does things for a reason. Whether or not these things happen were for a reason or not, I do not want to focus on those rough times. It would be wasteful to leave here filled with regrets or thoughts on what if. Instead, I want to leave behind a memory of all the fantastic moments that I made with my loved ones, my teachers, and my classmates. We cannot change our past. We can only live our lives one day at a time, hoping to be better than the previous. I hope that my fellow graduates will take what has been said into the new chapter of their life if they have not already learned those hardships and lessons for themselves. The past few years have been interesting ones, to say the least, but as I have gone to know all of you, I know that you all will go out and do something valuable with your lives. Even if you're unsure what you're going to do after you leave the sanctuary, I have seen the talents you all possess and know they will help guide you along the way. Our class may not have been the most unified, but it surely was the most unique. The time that I have spent with you all will be unforgettable. May God watch over all of you as you enter this new chapter in your life, and may you allow him to guide your path. And shall you reap the fruits of your labor. Thank you all.